All right, people. Welcome back. Welcome back. Just want to make sure that this isn't blurry. And I am going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to kind of finish the five that I started with. And the last thing I did was add the yellow under the belly or face or lip to center of the belly. I did it on all of them, or yeah, I did it on all of them. I did it on even the ones that I hadn't did the lateral lines on yet. Okay, so the next step that I am going to do is add the orange underneath the lip halfway point, if that makes any sense. And I'm going to do it on the five that are almost close to done. I don't know if I want to go with a dark orange or a bright orange. I think I'm going to go with the dark, mainly because the top is dark. So that is the route that I am going to take. Let me shake this up well. These are bluegill swim baits. All right. I think I'm going to start with the medium brush just to be on the safe side. Oh, the thing that's holding the lure? They're called helping hands. That's what that's called. All right. All right, just want to make sure that that sprays, and here we go. Here's my scale pattern that I like to use. I do have a ton of other scale patterns, but I just like this metal mesh one more particularly. So I'm just gonna go underneath the belly. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna show you guys first before I actually do it, so it's more of an explanation. So underneath there is the eyelet that goes where the hook goes. I take this and slide it and let it fit right into the eyelet so it's sticking to it. And that is exactly where I want my scale pattern underneath to look. And then fade it out. Alrighty. Kind of tricky trying to hold this and the lure at the same time. All right. I think the best way to do it is just to turn it upside down. Okay, there we go. These helping hands work great. All right. Sorry that you guys can't actually see it being done, but I will show you. That's simple. So you get that scale pattern underneath the belly. And then what I also like to do is take just a little bit of orange and spray right by the lip so that it has a dark fade. So the scale pattern's still there. And you get this look. All right, so I'm gonna do all 5 of the ones that are already dark this way real quick. Then I'm gonna jump to the next step, which would be the fin, which I wanted to do 2 different ways I wanted to approach this. I wanted to put those fin lines that's already there in it, but not so hard. I'm thinking what I am going to do is I'm going to attempt it on one just to see how it turns out. So the trick is you don't want to use jet black. I've seen people do that, and I mean, it's cool. I myself will try to stay away from the jet black. So in this case, what I'm going to do is use my gold brown. I have no clue. No clue why they don't do that. Not here, not me, surprisingly. Other people do. They catch fish with these lures. I have a hard time getting fish to bite these things, but for some odd reason, every time I make them, they usually sell out at these shows. I have a show coming up here in January, and that's the reason why I'm doing these now, just to have some stuff at the expo other than the GDM stuff that I sell, and then the Yak Attack stuff that I'm going to be selling as well. I'm not affiliated with them anyway either, so this is just stuff that I bought that I personally just didn't find a reason to use, and it was out of the 30-day return. So I'm just going to sell it, knock off $10-20 and let it go. All right, so I'm going to attempt to follow this line. And I want it to be really thin, so this is the tricky part. So I have to do this pretty quickly because this wood on this stick softens up and the line itself will become bold, and I don't want that. Give me a split second to look at the comments. I do see them coming up. Now this is just a test, so if it doesn't come out how I want it to, I am going to erase it. And this part is a long process here. The only thing I've seen similar to putting bait inside of a lure is that zombie bait thing that they made over there in Russia, where they actually take a dead fish and put this machine like mechanism inside his body and make him look like he's swimming all the time. Now that's pretty extreme. Okay, so I've got the thin lines. I'm gonna do it to the other side, and then what I'm gonna do after that is I'm gonna spray directly over top of the fin with a lighter color. Sorry for the quietness. I'm just really trying to focus on getting these lines right and they not come out too bold or too crazy. All right, so got both lines. Doesn't look like much of anything right now. I don't know if you can see it from back here. So the next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to take like a yellowish tint. Yellowish tint, this one. I don't know, let me look. I don't know. I got some different yellows that I can look at. Okay, I'm going with this one. I don't know why. This one has a gold flake in it that I do like. Also going to use this fin wheel to hold my place so that the yellow's not just going all over the body. Just want to find the right one that matches. And I think I found it. Okay. Somewhere I did orange and I don't know why, but all right. Hopefully this yellow does not overpower those brown lines and make them disappear. Let's hope for the best. For my regular watchers, man, I had a toothache out of this world. I was gonna double back and finish this on Wednesday and just couldn't. There was no way. I still got like a little headache, but I'm good now. I can talk and all that good stuff. So, all right, we hit it with the yellow. Doesn't look bad. And the next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to take some brown that same brown that I use the lines to do. I'm going to do the fade on it. Let me make sure this brush actually works. I haven't used it in forever. Nice. All right. There we have it. If you can see it. Gives the fin a little more detail versus just slapping a single color on there or throwing black on it with some lines. Now there are different ways to do those lines. A little bit of a harder way is to take an edge of a piece of paper and spray like right along the edge, and when you move it, you kind of tap down, tap down, tap down, spray, 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 and you get lines, but they have that airbrush fade effect to them. All right, we're gonna hit this other side with the yellow real fast. We're gonna go behind that with the brown to the front end. Let me double check real quick. Alrighty. Merry Christmas to you, man. Alright, so we got both sides. All right, so now that we got both sides done, I'm just gonna kind of finish this bluegill, I guess. Thinking the next thing I'm gonna do is actually add the blue part on the gill. I have, there we go, some different sets of blues. All right. I don't know which blue I want to go with as the, how can I put it? I do two blues. I don't do just a plain swipe or like white or anything like that. I like to add a little detail. So what I am looking for is right in front of my face. I'm gonna slide this out of the way. So the blue line that's gonna run right along the gill plate at the bottom. So it's right where the gill plate meets the mouth. And then I'm gonna do blue around the lip. I'm actually looking at a picture on the wall and just looking at all of the different ones and how each bluegill looks. And I think I am gonna go with a dark blue first, very faint dark blue, just to create that actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little more detail to the side. I'm going to take some orange and put it coming from underneath the belly on to the side, just for a little more detail. All right, probably can't see it, but there's a little bit of orange under the fin. That also makes the fin stand out a little more. This is definitely being freestyle. I've been kind of making this up as I go. All right. I don't drink coffee, buddy. All right. All righty. We're going to take some dark blue and put it right along the line of the gill plate. This is a heavy brush. I'm not going to use that one. A little too heavy. All right. All right. Let me just make sure this thing's going to spray right. Uh-oh. I might have a bad brush. All right, let me see something here. All right, got it. All right, I'm gonna put this dark blue on here first and then go with the light blue. Not too heavy, just splotchy. No, not these. They used to make some. I don't know if they do or not, or if they do anymore. You used to be able to order those fish that sing and talk to you back in the day. These don't. I gotta get a moderator. Where it is. All right, got the dark blue on. We're gonna now double back with some light blue. Doesn't look like much as of yet, but I'm gonna go right underneath that with the dark blue. I mean the light blue. Guess I'll clean this one out. Running out of brushes to go off of. I'm gonna clean this brush out real quick, and then put the light blue in it because it was the one that didn't have the most. All right. I think we should be good. I am gonna go with, that is really watered down. I don't know if I want to do that. This is kind of watered down too. Oh man. I gotta turn the PSIs down because this is really watered down, but it's the right color. Yeah, that's too watered down. All right, let's see how this one's gonna run. All right, that looks a little better. Okay, that's a lot better. All right. I'm gonna heat set this real quick because that other light blue was kind of watery. Okay. And I am just following the lines that's already there. What's going on? All right. All right. So there we have both sides. Nah, this is resin. It has rattles in it though. To attract the fish, supposedly. I think I've had better success without rattles, but people prefer rattles. So that's what I'm gonna give them. The next step, which I'm not opposed to doing, but I see a lot of people doing it, so I might do it. I usually put spots in the gill plate, like uh, dark green spots. I guess because I'm using dark green. I myself don't personally care for it, and I don't even know what my spot stencil thing is at, so we might not do it. Well, I guess I might not be doing those little dots that everyone seems to add to their bluegill. In fact, on this thing up here that I'm looking at, I think I only see one done that way. And that looks like, hold up, what's this? I think I found it. Here we go. These little guys here. A lot of people like to put these little fine dots in the gill plate of the bluegill. I think I'm gonna do it. Not too heavy. Just really faint. Does give it a little more detail. Usually I do follow a pattern, but these were freehand, or I guess freestyle, and just making it up along the way. And I've been doing so many bluegill patterns per se that that's not bad. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's some really fine dots right in that area. And I'm gonna do that on the other side. Does not look bad. Appreciate it. So that's that side, and that side. The next step is the last step. Technically, for this one, it is the ear. It is the black on the ear. And guess I'll use the heavy brush. I might regret this. I feel like I'm going to. We'll see. All right, let's see how this is gonna spray. Not bad. All right. Where? Oh, it's in my face. Here we go. All right, so the ear is this piece here. And I'm gonna just slide it on to the gill. And there it is. We have one complete bluegill after I do this side. Ugh. Oh, okay, all right. All right. We have a completed bluegill. I'm just gonna finalize it by putting a little bit of pink in the mouth and sit this one to the side. No, I think I'm gonna take that orange underneath because the blue kind of distorted it. I'll do it once I do all of the other ones. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I have 4 more that's technically ready to be done that same way. And what I am gonna do is assembly line these bad boys. So I'm going to start with the orange underneath on all 4 of these. I already did the yellow. And then I'm going to do a little bit of orange on the sides. Oh, come on. I think it's time to buy some more helping hands. These are starting to get finicky and old. Appreciate it. That is the underbelly orange fading into the orange scales over the yellow. But I'm gonna hit, actually I'm gonna hit all of them until I run out of orange. Then once I run out of orange, I'll jump to the next step on all of them. No, I use Badger only. Badger everything. Even my air compressor is Badger. Now, Blitz, are they in California? Because I think my very first air compressor came from them. I bought an air compressor from that company, sounds like in California, years ago. Wasn't nothing wrong with it. I just I gave it to a buddy so that he can start airbrushing. Oh yeah? Okay. All right. I'll look into that. You must have been around some of my other live videos to hear me talking about what my other job is, to bring up tattoo supplies. All right, that is 3. I am going to knock out that number 4, and we're just going to keep going with this orange until I am out of it. I have technically 5 other bluegill that I can do this to. Just need to check the time. Okie dokie, okie dokie. No, I have seen the alligator gar hard body that some guy was selling at one point, and it just never piqued my interest. I don't see fish chasing that thing. I see fish running from it, because those things are pretty mean. We've had some chase us in a creek in Virginia. I didn't know what they were at the time. I'm like, why are these things following us? Kind of found out they were alligator gar. All right, so that's the 4 with the orange. I am gonna go ahead and knock out the other 5 that don't have any other lateral lines on it yet. These here don't have the lateral lines on them yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the orange underneath. Octopus or squid lure. It's not very common here in the States. There it goes. Good old skill pattern. This one done? No. All right. Thanks for the super likes, by the way. I kind of can't see the top of my screen, so like I can't see how many people are watching, how many likes. I honestly can't see any of that stuff until I turn it off. And honestly, I want to finish this other two, so I'm gonna take that orange out and go ahead and knock out the other two while I still have it out. Might as well. Okay, there we go. I can see who's watching now. All right, man. How long it's been? An hour already. Jeez. Time flies when you're having fun. Man, 55 minutes. I don't feel like I've done much of nothing. Okay. All right, that one came out a little heavy, so I am going to heat set that just in case it bumps into something. Gonna hit the sides. If you're watching the video after the live, I am literally just doing what I call assembly line painting. So I'm taking and painting every single bait the same, and I'm just literally just going down each bait and doing the patterns on each side. I do have one that is complete that I can show if you were just catching the video, here is the complete. Doesn't look like much of anything right now. But once that clear coat is on there and the eyes are in, that bad boy will definitely stand out. Alright, so here's the last orange, and I missed the deep orange on that one up there, so I gotta hit that with the deep. Tried to move on me. Come on, you. Okay. That is all the orange, and that is perfect that it ran out like that, except for this one up here. Let me see if I can get away with a little bit of leftover to hit this top. All right. Now what I am gonna do is put some cleaning solution in this one for sure. Let that soak. And do the next steps on the ones that's already technically ready to go to the next step. These up here, the light green ones with no lateral lines yet. All right, we're gonna continue on these. And so the next step is to put those fine lines that's in the fin, like this one, and then fade back. I'm gonna fade back the fine lines, yellow, and then do the brown fade back on it. I'm gonna do that on these here. This is the slow, tedious part. So you got any questions or anything, ask away. Very quiet right now. That's a good thing. Anybody who pops in here like loud. I am making lures. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit all of these with those lines before going to the next step. And depending on how long this takes, this might be the last step for this live. It's this one. I need to get some more alligator clamps. That's what I need to do. Throw these away. This one is literally not holding on. Doesn't look like anything as of right now, but when it's done, fins will make sense. I didn't hit that one back there. All right. Kind of wish that I could show you guys. I need to get those glasses. I don't know if they work with YouTube Live or not, where you can basically see what I'm doing. Thing about it is, I won't be able to see any comments, so I don't know which way would be the right way. Alrighty, got one more to do with this going pretty good, man. Going pretty good. Yes, airbrushing some bluegill. This thing also should make a noise to let you know when people are commenting. There needs to be some kind of notification or something, because I am head down making sure that these lures are right. All right. I'm gonna heat set all of these. And get ready to call it a night. I'm gonna clean these airbrushes out, and I'll catch y'all in the future.